Hello everybody, and yeah, I will just continue with the Olympus-Pen EED, and it will be part 4, and which I will show how, maybe, hope so, it's possible to remove old fungus and haze in the front and back lens groups, and there are some issues there. So let's see what we can do about it and what tool we actually need. Well, we will need a measure caliper and a homemade tool with rubber for possibly unscrew some lens element. The absolutely famous rubber cone, some nail polish remover with acetone, and a few small cotton buds, some peg pad, and some isopropylalcohol, and I mean maybe we will also use some lighter fluid. It depends on how it will go. I mean, sometimes the isopropylalcohol is really useful, and sometimes it's lighter fluid. And of course I will also use some hydrogen peroxide, 3%, which I think it's absolutely amazing to remove fungus from lenses. I mean lens element. So let's see how it will go, and take a look through the lenses with the help from a torch, and doesn't have to be that strong, so we will just screw down a little. I mean, you can see the lens element actually looks pretty good, just seeing from here, but if we put a torch through it, how will it go? Well, it could be worse. I mean, a lot worse. But there are, maybe you can see it, there are some trace of old fungus. I know it's difficult to see. Yeah, maybe we can see it here. There are some spots of fungus. So, and on the front lens there are absolutely a lot more, especially on the side of the front, the main, I mean the very front lens. There's also something here on the, you probably can see there is a spot there, which is actually fungus, old fungus. I don't know how long it has sits there, but you can see the white. You probably can see the white, not the lamp, but the come on, the autofocus is sometimes a little slow. Now you can see the white spot there. There is something which I would like to take away. Now let's get into, I think we'll take the back lens group first. There are some specks of fungus, so let's move into it. Now, if it's if the retaining ring that hold the back lens here is a bit too hard to move, we will use some nail polish remover with acetone. And since I tried with the this rubber tool, I could not really unscrew it. It was simply too hard and it will just slip. So we will just use some nail polish remover, and just a tiny amount. it will just help to soften the whatsoever thread lock they use. And it's the ventilation you can hear on one side, just to take out the fumes. So we can just add a little on the edge here, on the two small notches here, and simply put it in and let it suck in, just so. There, I think it will be all fine. And then give it a go with the caliber here, which I already have set to something 18.26 millimeter, and we can just put the lid on here for now. And I mean, even the rubber cones does not have a size that will fit in here. The small one is simply too big, or too small in the other end. So I will just use the caliper as a lens tool, which sometimes is really useful. And then unscrew it. I mean, and now it should be possible with this homemade tool made out of a 1/2 inch wrench top, and with a piece of rubber from a plug, electric plug, and it works pretty good, I think, because the rubber is a bit sticky. So now the retaining ring comes out, and let's see how it will go. So out with that. And now we also need a tiny lens sucker. This one, it's from a company called Nordson, but I think you can get some of those on different sites. So we can just take out the lens element. I don't know how many lens elements is in here. Let's see. Put it on, and then it's just a tiny lens element, and I am very sure I cannot take out the next lens element, so it will not fall out. So I need to put it on a kind of a stand or so. Will it fit? Is maybe too big. Sometimes it's difficult to have something that it can stand on. Maybe the rubber cone. Yeah, I think it will do the work. But let's have a look through the lens, this lens element, and see how good or bad it is. Well, it's not really clean, so oh, yeah, a lot of dirt, and oh gosh, it's not good. See, it's really a dirty lens. So it's on the outside. Yeah, it's not on the inside. To me it looks really good. Oh, sorry, I mentioned also we need a blower, which is a new one I bought. It's called the Orbit, and it's from it's sold by photosol.com, but I just buy it in a shop. It has a HEPA filter and a double valve, so it will not suck in dust and it will not blow out dust, so it's really good. very useful. Now, if we take a look at the lens element, if we take a closer look on this lens element, you can see it's more convex on the back than on the inside. So it sits like this here. So you can see it's more convex. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just clean the inside and then the outside. Or maybe I should... no, I will clean the outside first. And then the inside. So, have it on a good stand. And then we will need some peg pad, which I like. It could be Kim wipes or something. I think it's maybe the same quality, I don't know. And I will just use some... maybe I should just try with with the isopropylalcohol, just to see how it will go. It's a tiny lens, so it will not use a lot. Some said it will take away everything, yeah. But since there is fungus on the outside of this lens, I would say, yeah, we'll give it a try. So there, gently press. So, okay, how good will it be? Well, there's still something on, and there is still no, it's difficult to see. Is there anything I can do about it? Gosh, I need to have something that is different color. No, it's difficult to see. I know. Maybe a blue paper. No. Maybe a... Take some black stuff here. So maybe you can see there is something on. You see there is something, yeah. There it is on this side. So I will just use the hydrogen peroxide and see how it can improve the result. And since I have tried many times, I am just get surprised every time how good this stuff is. And it doesn't have to be much. And then put a light pressure on it and see how it will go. Just a few turns, and I think, oh, well, I mean, to me the lens looks much cleaner than before. So I will just try doing the final cleaning with the, with the isopropylalcohol. Let's say that's all fine for that side of the lens. And hopefully it will be the same on the other side. So there. And yeah, things are really improving a lot. So I'll just do the other side, and I can see there is, I mean, the fungus is away. Interesting, as usual. So I'll just do the other side with the Isopropylalcohol, and just say that's it for this lens element. And here we go. That's it, all fine. And I will just check to see if there is anything on the inner lens element. I mean, to me it looks really clear, so I think there's nothing to do with that. Let's see how. Maybe the torch is too strong. It can sometimes happen. Just find another one which is more useful. Yeah, I think it looks absolutely great, but I will just do the I mean, the inside here looks really fine, but it's more on the outside, I mean the inner surface in here inside the lens. So I will just put the back lens element into place again and say that's fine. So there. Wow, what a huge difference. And then put the retaining ring on and have it to sit correct. Use this homemade tool and going backward to catch the thread. Yes, there, and that's all fine. So there. And I can use my caliper to tighten the screws a little, I mean the retaining ring. Now to get the back lens group off the shutter, just need a so, and how does it actually look here? Oh, well, there is some haze here on the back. I mean on the inside, so I will just use the hydrogen, not hydrogen, I will use the lighter fluid. Just need a stand to put it on, something like that. So, and let's see how it will go. Just a little amount will do a lot. And it's quite deep lens element, you probably can see. It's not too deep, but we will see how good it will go, or we can just do it again. Well, interesting, I think. But you can see it's much more clear than it was before. So that's it. And I can just screw it in again. That's all fine. Oh, oh. So little fellow here. And I can just use a rubber tool to tighten the lens group. So it is all fine. Wow, interesting. Now, the front lens is more interesting because there's a lot of fungus on it. I mean haze or maybe old stuff. So I will just use my rubber tool here to put it on here so it sits good. It's the number 3. And then use number 4. I mean the small end, and simply unscrew the front retaining ring. Sits good, tight. Wow, there is a lot of fungus on here on the front. So I don't know how good it will be, but let's take a look at it before we clean it. And you probably can see there is a lot of dirt in here. So let's see how good it will be. I'll just take out the front lens element and with a lens tool sucker, you can see it's a very convex front and the flat back. And yeah, I think I will just put it on a stand that is something almost good size. Oh, this one is good. It's yeah. I think it will work. So put it on and let's see how good it will be. I mean, now we know there's a lot of something on, but will it be taken away with the isopropylalcohol? We'll see. And if it does not, well, we have other solutions. Putting on a light pressure and do a few turns. Oh gosh. Well, there's still a lot of something on, so isopropylalcohol did not do the trick. So what about the hydrogen peroxide? I think it will do a lot more, hopefully. So there, and just do a few turns. Oh gosh, this is not a good stand, it's too small. Maybe this one will do the trick. I can tell you there is already an improvement in the lens surface. Oh gosh, no, it's not a good stand, but we'll do both sides anyway. Or maybe I could just do like this. Yeah, now the lens is wet of hydrogen peroxide, so I will just take it away with isopropylalcohol. Maybe I have to do it twice or 3-4 times. But I mean, at the moment it looks better, but who knows? Well, as you remember how it looks before and how it looks right now, there's a huge difference, but still there's something on the back of the lens and there's still something on it, but it's much better. But of course we can just do it again, and which I will do. And maybe it needs a little more time to actually work on this glass surface. Gosh, there's not much. So maybe we just have to do it some more few turns. And see how good it will be. Yeah, it's difficult to see if it's still wet with the hydrogen peroxide. So we'll just use the isopropyl and yeah, I think it's improving. It's just when we come to the back of this lens that we can see the hole, if there's anything left. But as I see it, it's much better. Maybe it cannot fully be taken away. It could be, sometimes it's not possible, but we'll try anyway. And we'll just use this here. There, and do the back of the lens with hydrogen peroxide. And I think that will be the it will be the final result for this lens. So there. Yeah. I mean, it's not that bad, but I will say it's useful. You can still see there is something on the side, but it's not much. I mean, if we look before, there was a lot of dirt. Now, how does the inside here looks? I don't think it's that bad. It's more on the back here that's the problem, and where the fungus is. So I will just say as it is, and that's fine for me. So there. Yeah, it helps. So, and where did the retaining ring go? Somewhere. Where did it go? Oh gosh. And it disappeared. Oh, it's here. Okay, good. Now, put the retaining ring on and say that's all fine. And just do so, and then tighten it. Now, then we go to the back of this lens with the fungus spot on and see if we can do anything about it, which I hope. Then we have a good stand or bed, maybe. I mean, I don't think it will take away. I mean, the isopropylalcohol will take away the fungus, but we can give it a go. And we'll also use, since the lens is deep and small, I can just use a little cotton bud to move around with. Yeah, no, you can see, hopefully you can see the fungus spot is still there. But what if we use the hydrogen peroxide? How will that go? Interesting. So there, and another cotton bud, and we will just use a little, just a small light pressure, and will it disappear? Looks like. It's just amazing. I think it's just so yeah, I'll just do another go, and that's it. Cleaning with the isopropylalcohol, and that's it. So that's fine. And now, yeah, now little fellow is good again. And I will just do the final cleaning with the isopropylalcohol and say that's it. With a huge success. So there. And yeah, it's gone. So what if we put a light through it? How good will it be? Well, if you remember in the beginning, there was a fungus spot which could not be taken away with isopropylalcohol, but the hydrogen peroxide did the job. There's still something on it, but I mean, it's an old lens, old camera, so it's really good for me. So yeah, that's all fine. Next time, I mean, it will be the last part. I will assemble the whole thing set it back to normal as it is. So see you soon.